If you watch videos or TV shows to improve your English, how much are you really getting? How much are you really grabbing onto and remembering? I think for most people, unfortunately, it's not much. Imagine your eyes are holes that go all the way to the back of your head, and your ears are one hole that goes all the way through. And the video, the sound is just whoosh, going in one side and out the other. That's what happens for most people. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to use AI, and you can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, or whatever you want to use. I'm going to show you some really simple ways to make sure that doesn't happen, to actually grab onto key information that you can then use to improve your English, to improve your listening, your vocabulary, your grammar, all of that stuff. Okay? We're going to start with a simple transcript. Now, I'm not going to show you how to get a transcript. There are many ways to do it. On YouTube, it's very simple. You can usually just go to Show Transcript. Some tools will extract the transcript for you. I usually just go to YouTube. TED Talks have the transcript. You can just copy the whole thing. It's very easy. So we're going to paste in the whole transcript for this TED Talk. It's a Tim Ferriss TED Talk. And at the beginning, I have a simple prompt. Here is the transcript of a video I want to learn English from. After you have read through the transcript, say, "I'm done," I will then follow up with more instructions. Very simple, right? So basically what we want to see here, and this is a way to kind of confirm that this task is complete, what we want to see here is, "I'm done," and that's it. So please just show me I'm done, and there we go. Now, everything we do after this is a simple follow-up. Let's assume I've watched this video. What do I want to accomplish now? Well, I want to hold on to maybe useful language that I can use, that I can learn, right? I want to test my comprehension if I wasn't looking at subtitles, which is great. You shouldn't unless you have to. I can test my listening comprehension, and I can actually remember what the video is about. That's important because, well, why watch videos? Why watch TV shows unless you take something away, right? If it just goes in one side and out the other, I don't know, is it worth it? You have to ask yourself, is what you're doing effective? If you do things and it's not effective, it's not helping you, then you're just wasting time, which is terrible. So first, let's test comprehension. We're going to do a couple things here. First, let's just test comprehension. So a very simple prompt here. Based on the video transcript, generate a set of comprehension questions that test important details, subtle points, and inferred meanings. Now, that inferred meanings is important. That means I can answer questions that maybe aren't literally in the video, but I can make some assumptions and use my brain a little bit, and I'm still correct, right? I'm testing myself a bit. I'm testing my deeper understanding of the video. And here I might say, only ask one question at a time and wait for my answer. Okay. So let's do this first. Okay, what childhood experience caused Tim Ferriss to develop a fear of swimming? In his childhood, he was swimming with friends and went into an inner tube, and then a bully grabbed his ankles, and he wasn't able to come back up, and he nearly died. Correct. So if I wanted to here, I could say in my prompt, if I'm wrong, add additional context, or maybe explain. So let's do one wrong and see what happens, even though I haven't put that in the prompt. How did Tim Ferriss eventually overcome his fear of swimming? He decided to only go swimming after he had had alcohol, which allowed him to overcome any anxiety? That is not the right answer. Not quite. He overcame his fear of swimming at age 31 by questioning common assumptions about swimming, focusing on biomechanics and following the total immersion method. Right. What I said was crazy. Don't drink and swim, as they say. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm doing active listening, except I'm not doing it while I'm watching. I suppose you could do this while you watch, sure. But this is basically what active listening is. This is where you ask yourself, or you are asked questions to test yourself. And what happens? That causes, number one, it causes you to pay more attention when you're watching. If you know you're going to be asked questions, you have to pay attention. Before we continue, I want to quickly tell you about English fluency in 90 days. This is the best way to improve your English fluency in 90 days. If you're feeling kind of stuck, the same things aren't helping you improve, this is the program for you. It is difficult. It is challenging. You're going to struggle a bit, but it's going to help you smash through that wall. Let me ask you a question. Is 90 days of struggling worth a lifetime of fluency? If it is, check out the program in the links in the description. Number two, it forces you to actually bring things out of the thing you're watching. Because if we just passively watch, we don't do it. To bring something out means I have to know it in a way, right? And again, if you don't do that, I'm concerned that you're just wasting time. Okay, so that's good. Now I want to do another one though. Based on the video transcript, I'm using the same beginning here. Please list the main ideas or bullet points that capture the overall message, keep them concise and straightforward. Now, this is an optional one. Maybe you do this at the very end because, well, if you do this first and then you do comprehension, I don't know if that's challenging yourself enough, right? So this is just when you need it, when you want the main points. And this can be very useful. It can be good to have sort of the key things that the video covers. Okay, so early confidence in childhood fear, overcoming swimming fear, effective learning approach, language learning breakthrough, initially struggled with languages but succeeded by focusing on the most important material, right? So this might be what you would do if you answered all the questions, right? You would come up with bullet points. So it's, I think, useful to have. And when I watch a video and I want to have key points, I will just do this part, right? Sometimes to make sure my understanding is correct. So if you're in a hurry or something and you want to make sure that you understood the key points, this can be a good way to do it. But now I want to actually pick out some useful language. So this is where you can use, let's say, ChatGPT's ability to classify language to make sure you're getting what's useful to you. If I know, for example, I'm at around a B1 level, then I might want to learn new vocabulary that's at that level or maybe B2 and above from this video. I don't want to have to go through and find it all myself. I want to have ChatGPT pick it out for me and maybe give me example sentences using that language. So, based on the video transcript, identify any advanced words or phrases above the B2 level. Provide definitions and 2 natural usage examples for each. Sample response, and then suffered through, definition, and then example usage. If I wanted to here, I could also say provide the original context. Let's actually do that. Also provide the original context from the transcript. Okay. Let's add that too. Maybe I want to see it in its original sentence. That can be very useful. Okay, decompressing, relaxing, and unwinding after stress or exertion. Original context, I had a very charming routine at the time, which was to wait until late in the evening when my parents were decompressing from a hard day's work, doing their crossword puzzles, watching television. Examples, okay, so after a long day of work, she spent an hour decompressing. The weekend retreat was a perfect way for the team to decompress. Perceived complexity, so I have some useful phrases here. I love that one. Perceived complexity, the level of difficulty that something appears to have which may differ from its actual complexity. Parkinson's law, the perceived complexity of a task will expand to fill the time you allot it. That's an interesting point. The perceived complexity of learning a new language discourages beginners. Arch nemesis. Okay, so all of these are really useful words and phrases, and I have them in the original context. Maybe that makes me remember when I heard it. I didn't catch it when I was watching it. So maybe I go back to that part. I listen to that again, right? And that helps me again sink my claws more deeply into the content. Now, how do you think I'm going to feel tomorrow? Is it going to all be gone? No, because I've done a kind of active listening to test my comprehension. I've learned some useful language. I've looked again at the original context. I've created a list of bullet points to make sure I didn't miss anything, right? Or maybe something I can quickly refer back to if I start to feel like I'm forgetting or I want to just refresh my memory. So all good stuff. Now we have one more thing to do. I will now provide a brief summary of the video's content. Please analyze it for missing details, inaccuracies, and comment on the correctness of my language use. I like to do speech to text, so let's do it like that. I'm going to make it not great because I want to get some feedback. But again, this is forcing you to really think about the content. The speaker failed at Spanish, switched to Japanese, went to Japan, but didn't get the special language class they expecting. They learn from a kanji list and realizing focus on the right materials can speeding progress. They also note the value of efficient versus effective. So I have some corrections, and I like using the arrows for corrections. They expecting, they expected. They learn from did I say kanji? I think I said kanji. Okay, it does sound the same, I suppose. Kanji is porridge, and kanji is a Japanese writing. Okay. Missing details. This is what I want to see here. The speaker initially struggled with languages and assumed they were bad at them. The school in Japan did not provide Japanese instruction. So it's really just addressing the thing I did say and not the larger point. So here I might do a follow-up, and it's always good to do that if you feel like you want more. What about the larger point of the video and the part about swimming? Your summary leaves out the core theme of the video, well, yeah, which is deconstructing fears and mastering difficult skills by questioning assumptions. Missing swimming section. Okay, so there are the bullet points that I didn't mention. I didn't mention any of those. And the larger theme of the video. So always remember, it's good to have the prompts. They're a starting point. Right? If you just get feedback on one area and you want to expand that, sometimes you need to ask. So sometimes it's good to just do that as a follow-up. But sometimes it's good to update the prompt, right? I personally feel like doing it as a back and forth is better. I prefer it that way because I like to keep the prompt really simple, right? And maybe refine that over time. But remember, it's a dialogue, right? You're having a conversation with someone who's trying to help you do what you said you wanted to do. So, next time you're watching a video, don't just watch and let the wind blow straight through your dome. Instead, grab onto things. Use it to improve your listening skills, your comprehension skills. Use it to actually learn something. Use it to pick out useful words and phrases. Use it to make you think and improve your ability to summarize. Videos are powerful, powerful tools to improve so many different language skills, but you have to use the video in the right way. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Get a free course in the links in the description, and check out the 90-day program. That is the best way to improve your English in 90 days. It's not easy, it's hard work. But is 90 days of struggle worth a lifetime of fluency? I think it is. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.